Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to introduce you to today's keynote speaker, Phil Duvall, who is the co-author with Dr. Hain of Bridges Out of Poverty, Strategies for Professionals and Communities, and author of the books Bridges to Sustainable Communities and Getting Ahead in Just a Getting By World, which is a book to help poverty and people in poverty investigate the impact of poverty on their communities and themselves. Is it just me, or is there a real energy right now in our community and among our leaders on the issues of poverty and homelessness, and a commitment to really address these critical issues? I think the United Way each year does a tremendous job at this annual event of shining the light on other organizations and the work and impact that they're making. But I'd like to take a brief moment to shine a light on the United Way and thank them for their leadership almost 4 years ago when the census illuminated a growing percentage of individuals and families living in poverty in Larimer County. The United Way is a leader in bringing the issue of poverty to the forefront in this community in the forming of the Pathways Past Poverty Initiative, now known as P3, to begin to address the growing trend. So I hope each of you will take the time today to thank the United Way staff for their work and their leadership. So building on the amount of work that has already been done in the community and the community awareness generated about the issue of poverty, we have a prime opportunity to bring a national best practice model to our community that complements the work that is happening and also fills some gaps as well. That model is the Bridges Out of Poverty model. I want to highlight that Bridges is not a program, but rather it's a set of strategies that offers a common language of understanding and education for a community on steps to affect and end generational poverty while empowering those who strive to move out of poverty. Bridges is built on the simple but crucial notion that for our community members living in poverty, it's both responsibility and opportunity that are necessary. If we can put up a slide right here, Bridges begins with a mental model of prosperity and addresses poverty across a continuum that moves from the individual to infrastructure and policy level, demonstrated in the slides behind me. A major theme of the continuum is that a wide swath of community engagement is necessary to implement effective strategies that have the promise of helping to move people out of poverty and for others in our community to avoid it altogether. You can reference this slide by going to the website that's listed on the yellow cards that we've left on each of your chairs when you came in today. At Bohemian Foundation, we envision Larimer County becoming a Bridges community. I'm very excited to say that a collaboration has been formed between our foundation, the United Way of Larimer County, the Fort Collins Area Chamber of Commerce, the Education and Life Training Center, and CSU's Center for Public Deliberation. And that collaboration is seeking to provide training on a community-wide scale for Bridges. Last month, we started that process with over 300 community members from business, nonprofit, government, faith, and education sectors to attend Bridges training events, and there was a lot of enthusiasm that was generated. So we'd like to build on that enthusiasm, and so our collaborators are working together to launch a poverty alleviation umbrella initiative in Larimer County this summer that will incorporate the work that the P3 issues are working on, provide Bridges education opportunities, develop a Bridges for Business model, and implement a 2-year Circles initiative, which is a complementary poverty alleviation model tied to the Bridges strategies and is briefly described on those next step cards that I referenced. We believe that Bridges and Circles will have sustainable, long-term impacts on poverty and the economic success of our community. So if what you hear today from Phil Duvall resonates with you and you have an aha moment, which many of us who have heard him speak have had, we hope that you'll consider signing up for one of the upcoming Bridges or Circles opportunities.